Welcome to the deep dive.
Hello.
Today, we're digging into an article called 10 Ways to Boost Your Work Productivity Instantly.
Sounds promising. Instantly is always good.
Right. So our mission here isn't just to read it out, but to pull out the real gems, those techniques you can use straight away.
Yeah, things that don't require some massive overhaul.
Exactly. The article suggests it's more about improving small habits. We want to help you work smarter, achieve those goals faster.
And that's really the core message in the source, isn't it? Productivity often isn't about, fancy tools. It's usually about refining how you actually approach your work day to day, the fundamentals.
Totally. And the first big one, point one in the article, is plan thoroughly before taking action.
Roadmap idea.
Yeah, exactly. Less like a rigid timetable, more like a map. You look at the task, figure out the steps, maybe estimate the time, all before you jump in.
And the insight there, I think, is why that saves time. You do the heavy thinking up front, right? So when you're actually doing the work, there's less friction, fewer wrong turns.
Reduces that what do I do next feeling.
Exactly. It's proactive. You avoid problems later.
Okay, building on that prep work, point two is about getting ideas down, the brain dump.
Ah, yes. Just write everything down, no filter.
Right, get all the thoughts out first, then worry about organizing them.
Which makes sense because trying to structure ideas while having them, it's tough. You lose things. This way, you capture everything raw first. Nothing gets lost.
So you've got your raw ideas, you've got a rough plan. Now you need, a target. Point three, set clear and measurable goals.
And they mention SMART goals.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, standard stuff, but crucial.
It really is. It forces you to ask, what am I actually trying to achieve here? Vague goals just lead to, vague effort. SMART gives you that focus, lets you see if you're getting closer.
Okay, let's shift to actually doing the work. Point four hits on something lots of us do, multitasking.
Or think we do effectively.
Right. The article says complete tasks one at a time. Be direct about it.
And there's good science behind this, you know? Our brains aren't wired for rapid, constant switching. There's a cost. You lose time, you make more mistakes. It might feel slower to focus on one thing, but the quality goes up and often the overall time goes down.
Interesting. Okay, moving away from just execution. Point seven is about heading off trouble before it starts.
Yeah.
Prevention is better than correction.
This ties right back into saving time, doesn't it? A little effort now analyzing risks, maybe making a checklist, having a backup plan. It almost always takes less time than fixing a mess later.
Avoiding the fire drill, basically.
Precisely.
And speaking of avoiding messes, communication. That's huge for productivity. Points 8 and 9 really hammer this.
Definitely. Point A is ensure clear understanding from the start.
Ask questions, don't assume. Because misunderstandings, they just create rework and waste time.
Absolutely. And point 9 supports that. Review and summarize before ending meetings or important talks. Just a quick recap to make sure everyone's on the same page.
So simple, but stops things from falling through the cracks later.
Clear communication really is a productivity tool in itself.
So the article wraps it all up with point 10, which is basically apply what you've learned.
Makes sense. Knowledge is useless if you don't act on it.
And this applies to all the points, including others we didn't detail as much, like number 5 on accumulating ideas or 6 on using systematic frameworks. They all support actually doing these things.
So putting it all together for you, the listener, what the source is really saying is that big productivity gains, they often come from small, consistent habit shifts. Things like how you plan, how you capture ideas, how you focus, how you prevent issues, and how you communicate. Simple stuff embedded daily.
Right. And here's a final thought to chew on, building on the article's conclusion. It says even improving just one small habit can make a real difference. So if just one of these simple things can make your day smoother, save a bit of time, imagine picking 2 or 3, applying them consistently. What single small change from this list could you try? Maybe even today.